Well, you say it this morning.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Where are we at, baby?
We're back in Quartzsite, and it feels familiar, and which is kind of a relaxing feeling. And you've been someplace before, and you know where, like, the grocery stores are, the places to get water, the places to dump your tanks, the restaurants and all that. It's kind of fun to know where all that stuff is already without having to look for it.
Yes, and we have really good signal here.
And we have a fabulous location.
Probably because right behind you there's a big tower.
That is a big tower right there.
Yeah.
And we have a tree out here right beside us.
Which is
and a nice fire ring that Jim's got to rebuild.
Got to rebuild it. Somebody kind of tore it down, but it's a nice fire ring.
And this is part of the free parking area. In
14 days though.
Yeah, 14-day limit out of a month. And you could go somewhere else for a few days and come back. But we will only be here about a week, and then we're going up to the van build in Parker.
Right.
And yeah, so that'll be fun.
So this old tree here, this is an old one. And they can live without much water. And they have lots of thorns on them. I don't know, I can feel them. You can see they're kind of hanging up on me there. But they have lots and lots of thorns. But boy, they can make it in some really dry and arid type. And you can see this one's been around for a while and had a few problems in its life, it looks like. But there's new growth. If you look at this bark on this one, see, that's all new growth, maybe from last year. But it's right here in a wash, so it does get water occasionally. And Joy did really great on the trip. We've got a little marker here beside us, and then Joy just did really, really great. We have the antenna up, and didn't have to put it up very far this time because we're really close to the tower, and we're just getting really, really great reception here. Well, we are going for a walk. Yeah. Maisie's gotten a little confused here. I will show you that back over here, there's quite a few trailers. Trailers and motorhomes, RVs. So we just parked our bus though, so that we don't see them. And our little area is over here on the other side of the bus, and we are like totally private because our bus blocks it all off. Isn't that great? So we're going to take y'all on a little walk with us. There's not a lot to see right here at this spot, but we can get in the car and we can find some really cool trails not very far from here, huh, baby?
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice to walk through
nice
here.
Flat walk.
Yeah, this is flat walk. A flat walk can be a very good thing sometimes, huh, baby?
Yes, it can.
Now, one thing about it is you can't really get a better price than for free, can you?
No, it's the best price.
And if we look around, you'll see that there's lots and lots of fire rings. All these piles of rocks that you see are actually fire rings.
Yeah, it's very sparsely populated right now in Quartzsite.
Right.
In fact, a lot of the things are not really open for business yet.
Right. Still looks a little bit like a ghost town.
Yeah. But it's a nice time to come, actually. You can choose your spot.
And the weather is perfect. It's just absolutely
we like
wonderful.
this weather.
Now, there's a mesquite tree that's died. They do that. And you can see there's tiny little bitty RVs. There's homemade RVs. And then there's little bitty tent camp set up here. And then there's big RVs that are very nice. And they're all nice because people enjoy them, and that's what it's all about. Doesn't really matter what they look like as long as people are comfortable and can have a good time in them.
We certainly enjoy ours.
We do.
We do.
It is absolutely a great home for us.
Yep. We've been 1 year. 1 year ago today, or I guess it's tomorrow, 1 year ago tomorrow, is when we signed the papers and sold our house.
Oh, wow.
Went on the road.
We've actually been living in the bus, though, for a couple of years.
Well, yeah, we have, but just right there on the property.
On our property.
Hi, how
Hello.
are you? Good.
Okay, we're kind of way down at the end, and we're walking back towards our bus. Of course, we can't see Joy. She's kind of hidden back in the trees. Good morning! Good morning, good morning! Okay, we are just coming up on the oldest tree in Arizona, they say. This is an ironwood tree, and they say this is 1,050 years old. We'll see what it says on the sign right here.
It was dated in 2009 using a cut man and doing the rings.
So this is the kind of tree we have right behind us, babe, an ironwood tree.
Uh-huh. It's a nice shade tree, the one we have by us.
Yeah, it is.
This one doesn't have many leaves in it right now. But it's a nice big tree.
It is. Don't know exactly what type of nest this is, but of course this is fall, so there wouldn't be any birds in it. But it does have an entrance on the side rather than from the top. The top is completely enclosed. Then there's another one right up here, and it is similar. It has an opening from the bottom, which is really interesting. Well, good morning, baby.
Good morning. How are you, sweetie?
I am wonderful.
It is a beautiful day today.
Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And here's our little sitting place
Yeah.
underneath this ironwood tree.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
And in the last 3 days, we've had so many people come in to this area. This is the High Jolly area right in the outskirts of,
North of Quartzsite.
just north of Quartzsite. And this old tree, if it could talk, it could tell us some stories, couldn't it? I don't know how old this tree is, but it appears just by looking at it that it's much older than the one that we went and looked at down by the water plant. It says it's over 1,000 years old. And this has been attacked by a lot of disease and insects, and it still seems to be thriving. Amazing. Well, we're heading over this morning to Parker.
Parker, Arizona.
Going to something called the Van Build.
Right.
Which we've never been to before.
No.
But we're meeting some friends there who asked us to come, and so
they thought we would enjoy it and maybe be helpful. Maybe you'll be
maybe
helpful.
we could be helpful. So that's what we're going to do. So it's in Parker, Arizona, and we're going to go down first and empty our tanks, get water, whatever, because we don't know what's going to be available over there. So
in Parker, right? And then we're going to go to Walmart, stock up on our groceries and stuff.
That's correct.
So
that's correct. So that'll
steps.
The water and doing the dump and getting our water lasts us about 2 weeks.
Almost, yeah.
So we will.
Which is about how long we'll be there.
Which is about how long we'll be there. Yeah. So it works out great. So we're headed for Parker.
That's it.